Hi everybody, it's Patty, Rockstar Mom. Welcome back to my channel. It's 2015 and this is my first official video of 2015. I wanted to talk to you today about a few changes that you may see this new year. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Years ago, my daughter tried to get me to start a YouTube channel. She thought I would be just perfect for it. I had no idea what YouTube was. I had heard of it. I didn't understand it. I was scared of it. I was intimidated by it. I was so illiterate when it came to anything that had to do with computers that I just refused. Then after a few years, she started in on me again about doing it after I had retired. I had found some of the women here in the beauty community and realized really quickly that there were no women in my age group who were actually doing videos. I was in my late 60s looking for tips on how to do makeup for mature skin. I knew that there had to be some people out there who could help me, or at least people that I could relate to in this journey that I was on in this aging process. I found plenty of 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, 50s and early 60s, but as I said in an early video, boy, when I turned 65, it was almost overnight, the aging process. So I just couldn't find anyone. I could find makeup artists who were actually doing makeup on older women, but I couldn't find an older woman who could talk to me in a way that I could relate to. I enjoyed all of the younger women and still do, but there was just no one. So I thought, this is the time for me to do it. Many women I know, or maybe not many, but some women that I know tend to fudge their age just a little bit. And I even considered doing that. But I'd always been out front about my age, so I decided if I was going to do this, I really needed to be totally upfront with my age. And so I gave you my exact age. Those first few videos, I was just tickled pink to have that little handful of subscribers. And I mean, it was 10 or 20. And I loved every minute of it. I never thought for 1 minute when I started this that I could make money at it. I never thought that I would be a big channel. I was just happy, as many of you are, just doing my thing, just, having my few little subscribers that I could come on from time to time and talk to, and we could trade comments back and forth. I was just happy. So that's the way it started. I realized, though, after a few months that maybe I did have a niche. Maybe there was really and truly a place for me here on YouTube. And so I continued to make videos, and I watched my subscriber list grow just a little bit. After the first year or so, I had a few hundred subscribers and still very happy with it. Never really thought too much about my channel going anyplace else. Then I realized that there really were people making money. And they were making it through something called AdSense. And AdSense are the ads that you see running on the videos, especially in the beginning. And so I checked that out and signed up for it. I thought, well, if it's available, I might as well go for it. Well, I realized after a long time that I really was not making any money, hadn't made any, not a dime, and started really investigating it and realized that there's a minimum in order to make any money, and it's $100. So you have to, and it's cumulative. So once you hit that $100 threshold, YouTube would send you a check. And I remember it took months and months and months and months, and I finally got a check for $104, and I couldn't believe it. I took a picture of it. So I had my little $104 check, and I thought, well, okay, this is good. And I went on for months and months and months, and finally, last year, right before Christmas in 2013, I received another check from YouTube, and it was like $180. My subscriber list was growing. I had maybe a few thousand subscribers, not very many at all. I need to go back and look. I would say actually probably a couple of thousand. So I thought, well, maybe I need to look at this. So I started putting a little bit more effort into my channel, but I realized really quick that I was spending a lot of money and I was spending a lot of time and energy for just a little bitty amount of money. And I seriously considered really not pursuing this. I really didn't know that I wanted to totally stop making videos, but I knew that I did not want to spend any more really time and money on it. I would post videos when I wanted to post them, about what I wanted to post them about, and not spend so much time editing and doing all the things I was doing and just let it go. And it was, you know, I wasn't fully engaged in it. I wasn't fully committed to it. I had a lifestyle that didn't allow me to spend as much time as maybe I would have liked to have spent. It certainly, the money I was making certainly didn't offset it. It certainly wasn't a job. Although I was spending the time and the energy, I wasn't getting paid for what I was doing. So, I got that second check, and it was a little bit more money. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I need to work at it a little bit harder, put a little bit more into it. It was about that time, about this same time last year, actually, a year ago, when I was trying to figure out how to do something. And I found Derral Eves, who is a consultant with YouTube. Now, I had learned how to do a lot of things by looking at other YouTube video tutorials and other consultants, but it just never resonated with me. And I found Derral, and there was something about Derral that I really couldn't put my finger on other than I could relate to him immediately. He made really short videos. He was very concise and to the point. He had a tremendous amount of knowledge, and the way he explained things just made sense to me. First video I found of his was on tagging, and I immediately, through Derral, learned how to tag my videos, and it was almost instant. The very next video I put up, I tagged it exactly the way Derral said to tag it. And I was having views and subscribers coming out of the woodwork. Well, immediately I went back to Derral and to Derral's channel. And over a couple of days, I watched every video that Derral had published. I watched every tutorial. I went back to my old videos, and I re-tagged every single one of them. I started doing thumbnails, the little picture that you see. And all of a sudden, you weren't just watching my most recent videos, you were going back and watching my old videos. Many of you didn't find me from my new videos. You found me from an old video that I had re-tagged. That's when I knew I was onto something. I still wasn't making a lot of money, but my subscriber base was growing. And it was growing by leaps and bounds. By then, I had been mentioned by a couple of people, just a small handful. And a couple of people who had a lot of subscribers had mentioned me. And I got a few new subscribers from that, but really not enough that really mattered. One morning, I realized that I had gotten overnight about 300 subscribers, and that truly got my attention. And I couldn't figure out where they were coming from because I didn't know of anyone who had mentioned me in a video. And so the next few subscribers who came to me and left comments, I replied to them and asked them how they found out about me. And they all told me it was from Emily Noel. And it was not from one of her videos. In her blog, or on her blog, Emily had mentioned me along with a few other people on here, and she didn't say anything about us. She just named us. So probably from that little blurb in Emily's blog that day is I got the most number of new subscribers and viewers than from any other mention. I'm sure that if someone, a Candy Johnson or a Michelle Fawn, one of those girls mentioned one of us with the smaller channels, we might get a good little bump. But I just haven't seen it from any mentions other than that blog post from Emily Noel. I've gotten my biggest growth from the tips that I've learned from Derral. So this past year has really been I have just seen my channel explode. I had been hovering around that $9,000 mark for a little while, and just before Christmas, I knew I was getting close to 10,000 subscribers. I was sitting on that 9,900 mark. And Christmas morning, just a few weeks ago, I got up early. Everybody was still in bed. I sat down with my computer, looked at the news to see what was going on in the world on Christmas morning, flipped over to YouTube and to my channel, and there it was, 10,000 on the mark. It was not 9,998. It was not 10,005. It was 10,000. And I had learned enough by now that I knew how to take a screenshot of that page, and I did. And I immediately posted it, thanking all of you for a wonderful Christmas present, 10,000 subscribers. Now let me tell you, at 10,000 subscribers, I'm still not making money. I'm making a little bit, but trust me, it doesn't offset the money that I've spent on product, the time and the energy that I've put into it. It just doesn't. I've put more into it than any part-time job I've ever worked for a whole lot less money. So over the holidays, I've really been struggling with what to do with my channel. Again, do I want to just keep it status quo, go along the way I'm going, get a few more subscribers, lose a few, post when I want to post about things I really want to post about? What do I really want to do? There are some things coming down the tube with YouTube, I understand, and I'm not fully aware of all of them, and nor do I truly understand all of them. But I know that there are other ways of making money here on YouTube. I've decided that I'm going to go for it. At 10,000 subscribers, I don't feel that I'm still one of those little small channels, but I'm not a big channel either. I think I'm at that place whether I'm either going to shoot for it or I'm going to let it go. This past year, because my channel was growing, I have been approached by numerous companies wanting to send me product for me to try and review. And I've been very, very selective in the product or the offers that I've selected. I have done some reviews. Some have been good, some have been not so good. I've been impressed with some product. I've not been impressed with some product. I've received some product from companies that after I received it, realized I'd made a mistake, that I could not honestly even say anything nice about the product. So I contacted the companies back and told them my feelings and offered them the opportunity for me not to do the review. And the companies thanked me and asked me not to do the review. And I didn't. I've been very, very selective with that. I did a video a while back about this older demographic that I'm a part of. And it's not just on YouTube, but it's in the world today. And I think this industry just really thinks that we're not relevant, that we really aren't out there, that we're invisible, that we don't have money to spend. But this past few months, I'm starting to believe that there are some companies who are starting to realize that we're a force to be reckoned with. There's enough of us that they should maybe reconsider, and in their product development and in their advertising, that maybe they need to consider that we have money to spend. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if you want me to stay on here, you'll let me know. If you want me to continue making videos, you're going to help me. And I'm going to tell you now what you can do, not only to help me, but to help you as you go through this aging process too. As my mother used to say, not all of us are fortunate enough to get old. We're not. I'm very fortunate that I am aging, and I'm aging in a good way, and I have my health, and I have my energy, and I'm able to do these videos. But from this point forward, for this to continue with me, I need your help. And here's how you can help me. No effort really on your part whatsoever. I've heard you loud and clear that the one thing you want from me is more videos and on a more regular schedule. And if you help me, I promise to do that. So here's how you can help me. Number one, if you haven't subscribed, do. Number one. Number two, watch my videos. Don't just tune in and watch a few minutes. Watch the whole video. If it's a 20-minute video, a 30-minute video, and you don't have 20 or 30 minutes, put it in your favorites to come back to and watch later. And then come back and watch it in its entirety. Don't just watch a few minutes and click off. Because that really does matter in the big scheme of things, that you watch the whole video. Number three, like it. Hit that like button. That only takes a second. Number four, and this is really important, leave a comment. Even if it's just a few words, leave a comment. When people are looking at me to send me product and to review it, that's one of the things they're looking at. They're looking to see how engaged you are with my channel and with me, how we relate. And I think we really do relate. Based on your comments to me, I think we truly relate to each other. And that's what these advertisers, these people, these companies are looking at, how we relate to each other. So make sure and leave a comment. So many of you are leaving comments, and I so appreciate it, and you're learning that I can't I can't reply to every one of your comments. I can't do it because there just aren't enough hours in the day and night for me to do it. I do over the next day or so after I've published a video, though, I do make sure I read every single comment. And many of you are starting to see smiley faces from me. If you see a smiley face, you know I've read your comment. I just can't physically type out a comment or a reply to every single one of your comments. But please do leave a comment. The last thing you can do, and again, this is so important, and I did not even know how this worked until recently, but the last thing you can do is hit that share button. I bet most of you not only watch YouTube videos, but your own Twitter and your own Facebook and your own Instagram. And all you have to do is hit that share button, and everybody that you subscribe to or who subscribe to you on any of those channels then have the opportunity to see my video and maybe learn about me and learn about this segment of the beauty community here on YouTube who is truly geared to the aging and maturing woman. Because I bet if you like me, many of them will like me too. And the more we can grow, not only my channel, but channels that are similar to mine, the more the beauty and skincare industry is going to see that we exist and that we're important and that they need to reach out to us. So that's what I'm asking from you today. If you want to see me continue here on YouTube, that you watch my videos in their entirety, you leave a comment, you hit the like button, and you share the videos. If you'll do those little things, it takes maybe a minute of your time, not even that long, if you type a really short little comment, then that will help me to continue doing what I'm doing. I love and appreciate every single one of you. I hope you know that. That's really important to me. For those of you who are making videos and feel like you're struggling too, if you do one thing for yourself, you will find Derral Eves, and I'll put a link in Derral's channel below. Because of all of the YouTube consultants out there that I've found, I think Derral Eves is the best. He's truly sincere in everything he says, and he believes everything he says. He's tested everything he says, and everything that I've done that Derral has told me to do has worked for me, and it'll work for you too. So find Derral, tell him I sent you. If you make videos, or even if you're thinking about videos, I understand that Derral is getting ready to do some training on how to set up a YouTube channel from scratch and make it successful right off the bat. I wish I had found Derral in those early days and that he had that out there then. I think that maybe my channel would be even in a different place today had I had a Derral Eves back then. So those of you who are even thinking about it, whether you're young or middle-aged or older like me, follow Derral's advice. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and commenting and liking and viewing the whole video. There's going to be some reasons to view that whole video, trust me. And sharing my videos is so important to get our message out there. So thank you all. I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to read your comments on the direction that you want my channel to go. Let me know. Do you want me to grow? Or do you want me to just stay the same or go away? Let me know. Love you all. Bye.